Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bideo. It's June 28th, 2018. I don't remember days. And everybody's here. Dan, Steve, Nick, Noah. That's it. That's the whole Bideo, guys. We're going to talk about some games. I'm thinking we're going to cover a smidgen of E3 and probably a little more GDQ, some of the SGDQ that's actually happening right now.
In our state.
Yeah, it is in our state. I forget that. I'm glad they keep coming back.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't go.
When I don't go. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I feel bad that it's here and I still don't go. I went the one time and it was fun, but I don't know.
It apparently
Didn't you only
sells
go,
out
like,
really
twice?
quick, so it's tough to get in.
Yeah, I heard Rogi was like
$80.
Yeah, Rogi wanted to. He's like, how easy is it to sneak into GDQ? And then somebody else was like, Mike got kicked out in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
So
Is that
security must be
$80
tight.
for like the week or day? Or?
I don't know. I assume it's a pass for the whole week.
Yeah, it is.
I would
It's
not
just
pay $80 for a day.
Yeah, that would be insane.
What is this, PAX?
Dude,
80
all
for
you
a
gotta
week.
do
That's
is
still not even a day for PAX. PAX days are only 70, I think, or 50. 50.
My
They're
experience
only-
with going to GDQ was, one, it was the same as a sports event where it's fun to be there and it's cool to be in the crowd because like there's energy in the crowd and stuff. But at the end of the day, you're going to be more relaxed and you're going to be happy watching something from the comfort of your own home. Like all the production value they put into the stream makes watching the stream kind of more enjoyable than being in the audience and just watching it up on a big, like, projected wall.
Big screen. Yeah.
And two, this actually changed this year, but there's really nothing to do there if you aren't a runner or friends with speedrunners, because it's like it's not a convention. There's not places to go or things to do. It's like you sit there and you watch the stream in the audience, or everyone's off like hanging out with their friends and doing silly stuff. So since all of those speedrunner people are usually just like happy to see their friends that they only see once or twice a year, it's not like a really social event. So you kind of just sit around unless you have an in with some of the people. Although this year I know
They
that
have
panels.
I was gonna say I didn't know about panels, but they definitely have like a game room this year. That's why Mike was there, because they had some games like arcade cabs and stuff that were kind of rare. It's not from the sounds of things.
Yeah, they had arcade cabs and I think some pinball machines, and I think it's Tokyo Attack is the name of the company.
Yeah, Tokyo Attack
Brings like rhythm games, which are very much in the wheelhouse of people that we know that would go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Overall, I think I like it more at my house.
do you think they have to pay the $80 if they submit a run and become a runner?
Yeah, they do.
That's
Yeah. There's still like event badges you have to buy, like vendor badges or whatever else you'd call them. Like PAX has those too.
I guess.
All the staff that work the booths and stuff have their own badges. Like they get you into different spots, but they still have to like pay to get in.
And the whole idea is that this is a money-making effort, right? Like I know some of the staff gets paid to put on the event, but all the runners and stuff are donating their time and their energy to get there. So I know that anyone that runs it, they have to pay for their own flight. They have to bring their own hardware in most, or at least their own copy of the game. So I don't think they get comped for anything. Seen anybody
At
say
some
that's the case.
conventions, like the anime conventions and whatever around here, you can volunteer to do stuff, and they'll take money off of your badge or your ticket or whatever.
Yeah, you get a discount for volunteering.
So maybe they get a discount for being a runner. You'd think, for like volunteering your time as some of the entertainment.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe they do actually get comped for the ticket. I guess I'm not super up to date on whether or not that is still the case. Like everything I know is from speedrunners in 2015 complaining about buying a ticket on Twitter. So I'm not keeping up to date with whether.
Is it just me, or did Steve cut out?
I think he cut out.
All right.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, bud.
Push to talk.
That's probably the way to go.
I use push to talk, yeah.
I use push to talk insofar as I just mute myself when I'm not talking.
That's not push to talk. That's click to stop talk.
Yeah, but it does the same thing, right? I can just keep my left hand and then the button to unmute.
Not
becomes
necessarily.
Push to talk button.
Because sometimes regular talking doesn't get picked up, or it times out if the mic's open for too long.
Yeah, in case some of you are wondering, we're doing stuff a little different this time. We're on a different format, or different program, I guess. And we're hoping it sounds a little bit better than using Skype, which I think is absolute garbage. I don't like Skype. Long, awkward silence.
Just fix that in post.
Yeah. I'll find the wave. What do you call it? Waveform piece. I beat Dragon Quest III, everybody. I beat that game.
Nice.
Put that game on those
Was that
speed
the
ones.
Japanese version, or?
Yeah, so when I was at Steve's, I wanted to own the game that I was playing, so I just bought the Japanese copy and played on my SD to SNES with an English patch.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Pretty good game. Had some issues, but pretty good.
What were the issues you had?
So some of the patch was weird. Like there was somebody, if you talk to them, they freeze your game and it locks up. I don't remember if I showed you that, but
yeah, I remember
that
you
happened.
showing
But that's
that that was just like a fan translation issue.
yeah,
so you didn't
it
have
wasn't like an
actual issue
official
with the game.
thing. I definitely thought it was really grindy. Not as grindy as Dragon Quest 1. But yeah, that was really grindy. It was like, so it was originally an NES game. So it was NES vague, like where they'd be like, the droplets are in the cavern of time, and nobody ever tells you anything about the cavern of time.
How do you get to the cavern of time? I don't know.
It's in the mountains. Like, that's all you get. That's all the information you get. So there were points where I looked up a walkthrough to be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And some of the main quest stuff, which I guess could be like a quirk to the game, you had to have like I guess there's like a merchant class. I forgot a dealer, that's what they're called. And you had to like donate that person to some guy who wanted to build a town. But like, Steve was my dealer and he was level 30. I didn't want to give him up at the time. So I had to make a new dealer and give him that guy and leave and come back. But apparently you're supposed to like leave that town and come back and visit it along your travels, and you'll get one of the main story orbs, and you
Gotta build your own
it.
town, man.
Yeah, but I don't know if you knew that, like, because it was NES vague. Like, it didn't tell you that a main story orb was going to be there. So there's a couple of my gripes.
I had Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3 on Game Boy Color. And I never beat any of them.
That is known as the Erdrick trilogy.
I beat the third one on Game Boy Color, and it was really good. and then I didn't recognize any of it when Noah was playing it at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say they didn't. The Game Boy Color versions definitely looked very different than like the SNES version. And yeah, I never got very far in any of them, or at least or I would play them for quite a while and then be 100% lost and just give up because I was too
Yeah,
young.
I just stopped playing Dragon Quest VI because of the same reason. Like, I don't remember what I was doing, so I'm gonna start that one over.
While we're on the topic
The
of Dragon
best.
Quest, I actually played a little bit of Dragon Warrior 8 on my 3DS the other day. Yesterday.
Don't call
that's
it
when-
Warrior. It's Dragon Quest.
I had a moment of I had a lack of confidence where my brain suddenly didn't know what is the one to call it right now. Like, did it switch to Quest or did it switch to Warrior? Like, obviously the NES one was Dragon Warrior, so it switched to Dragon Quest. But
Okay.
I couldn't remember when.
As the token Dragon Quest gamer, you can call them all Dragon Quest. You never have to call them Warrior.
Can you call them all Dragon Warrior? Aren't there more Dragon Warriors than there are Dragon Quests?
I don't think
I think
so.
that they're only
because-
called Dragon Warrior in North America for some reason. I don't remember the reason, but they couldn't
Yeah.
call them Dragon Quest.
And we didn't get a lot of Dragon Warrior games over here in America.
Right. Not until the PlayStation, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, I played Dragon Quest 8 on my 3DS, and it was really good, but that game doesn't have any 3D.
That's fine. I mean, it
But-
was originally a PS2 game.
Has everybody here played it? Actually, Nick, I don't think you've played it. But
I got to the final
I haven't.
dungeon on the PS2 version, but I never finished it.
the one thing that I'll definitely say about that game is the music is absolutely banging. That game
Yeah, it
has
was
such
on
good
point.
music. And I know that every Dragon Quest and Warrior game just has all the same music, but I feel like there's some new stuff in this one, and it is really good.
It sounded a lot more symphonic. when I
Very
played
much
it.
so, yeah. Like when
Like,
you're
it was
running around
definitely
the
a step
overworld,
up.
oof, it is good when those strings hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm like 8 or 9 hours in. I don't remember everything I was doing, but the last thing I've done, and I'm actually in the middle of doing, is I'm visiting the town that your party member Yangus is from. It's like a thief kind of town.
It's like Dirt Hovel or something like that.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't remember the actual name.
there's a guy that charges you 10 gold to walk down the most convenient road. You can just run around like the outside alley and get anywhere into the town without paying him. But if you want to be quick about it, or you just don't want to be annoyed, you can pay him 10 gold.
Which is pennies.
Yeah, I'm kind of broken in that game. Maybe I just am bad at grinding. I avoid too many fights.
I'd go with that. Yeah. It's easy to go broke in those games, though, from what I remember.
Yeah, because when I came into this town, normally, you get into a town in an RPG, and
You head straight to the shop.
hopefully you can head to the shop and you have like enough money to sell your current stuff and buy all the new stuff. But I went to
Yeah.
the shop when I came into this town, and I had enough money to buy like one
Well, the thing
shield for one of my characters, and that was it.
The thing with that one too was that you didn't always want to get rid of all of your old stuff because of the alchemy pot. Which, by the way, I watched a speed run of Dragon Quest VIII when in RPG Limit Break, and it looks like they made the alchemy pot 1,000,000 times better in the DS one than it was in the original PS2 one.
I don't think I've
There's
used
a
it.
lot of
once.
waiting around.
Dude, I
But
was
the
gonna
alchemy
say, did
pot's
they,
how you
like,
get the
lower the
best
time?
stuff. I think they did that. I don't think there even is a time. You just put stuff in and it spits it back out.
Oh my god. That sounds so good.
Yeah, right?
You had to wait like 20 minutes to get an herb. It was not good.
Yeah, I've literally only
Yeah.
used it like the tutorial time, and that was it.
Oh man, for shame.
Dragon Quest 11, September 4th. 2 weeks
Yeah,
off
I'm not-
work. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna play it.
I'm still not sure if I'm gonna buy that one right away. I'm sure I will eventually, but I have quite a few games piling up here very soon. Octopath, Shining Residence, and there's more. So yeah, I'm really busy.
When does Octopath come out? The 14th?
2 weeks. Yeah, 13th.
Hmm.
It's 2 weeks from tomorrow.
I want to play that too.
It is amazing. I mean, I played the demo, but the demo is
Nick,
amazing.
do you have a Switch?
What?
Does Nick have a Switch?
Does Nick have
Me?
a Switch? I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't have one yet.
Nick, do you play video games?
Yeah, why are you on this podcast?
I'm like a generation behind. I feel like I just got my PS4. I've had it for a while, but
What have you been playing on the PS4? Have you been playing anything?
yeah, I just I started playing Persona 5 again, and I just started. I'm like halfway through that second palace in that game.
I beat that
Oh.
game. Was that on the last podcast? How I beat that game?
I
think so.
Alright, well, it's on this one too. I beat it.
Proud of you.
Anyway, Nick, you were saying?
Oh, I had started Horizon Zero Dawn, but I didn't get past the beginning. I haven't gone back to it because I wanted to give all my attention to Persona and not start a bunch of things.
That's good. It deserves it.
Anyway, video games, we're not talking about them. I'm getting a little upset.
Gonna have a lot of editing to do in this one.
I know.
No, I've been slowly playing some PS3 games at Steve's house when I've been there.
Not even at your own house.
No, I just beat Uncharted 2. It was
I've never played any of the Uncharted's.
Oh,
They're really
man.
fun. I
Didn't
laughed or not laughed. I enjoyed the end of the second one more than I should have, but
The very end, like when they're
when they're chatting.
boss, the little back and forth.
Yes.
That scene when the two of them are having that conversation was it's the strongest memory I have of laughing out loud at a video game. And you look back at the jokes that they're telling, and it's it's funny, it's charming, it's not laugh out loud funny, but the writing was so good and natural at that part that it really sticks out with me. So I'm glad to hear you say that you also enjoyed the ending.
Yeah, it fit the characters as they
Yeah.
progressed through
And felt way more organic than you would typically see out of games writing.
Yeah, it was really good. So Noah, you should play it.
I want
You really
to.
should.
Wasn't there a collection recently that came out?
I think there's the is it the Nathan Drake collection? That's 1 through
It's 1 through
on
3,
the
right?
PS.
Yep.
Alright.
I played
Yeah.
just the PS3 ones because I already had 1 and 2. No,
I don't have any of them,
three and
so...
4. I'll probably get that collection just so I have 3 on the PS4. I don't own it yet. I also started up Demon Souls because I haven't played any
Ooh,
of
man.
the Souls games.
You started with a good one, but a tough one.
It has been tough. I think I just beat the first boss. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
lot
Did
of
you-
Depends on which way you went.
It was the big blob, the Phalanx or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
I
boss.
think
one.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the first one.
Yeah.
Uh,
All the spears and stuff.
I tried playing that game a couple of years ago, and I was just bad. I must I don't know if you remember in the palace that first area, going up some steps, big main gate. I died on those like first couple guys like a bunch of times. So I was like, oh, I'm done. I don't know why I was so bad, because those guys just take like 2 hits to kill. But going much better this time around.
I don't remember like jack about that game. So like,
I only
be
remember the bits that I
informed.
played because I only got so far in it like 3 times and then I kept giving up. I think just because I got bored with it. Not like Dark Souls. Like I cruised through all the Dark Souls games, even with all the dying. But for whatever reason, Demon Souls is a little harder for me to get into. Might
Demon
just be because it's
Souls-
clunky.
The main thing that is different from Demon Souls and Dark Souls, I think, is just that it has that mechanic where your HP gets cut down every time you die. So when you switch from like human to undead form, your max HP goes down by 10% every time. So you spend all of Demon Souls with half of a health bar.
Yeah, that might have been part of it.
But as Nick knows, you actually spend it with 75% of a health bar because you wear the ring that
That one
increases
ring.
your max HP by half, and you never take it off.
That's
I thought it
super true.
reduced the effect or the effect of the like death thing.
Yeah, it just halves the
Yeah.
effect of it, so you go from 50 to 75%.
Yeah.
But it's been good to watch Nick replay that game. It is so good, and I'm very nostalgic about Demon Souls in a way that I didn't realize that I was. I'm watching him and I'm like, oh man, these PS3 graphics with all this light bloom and all these different like environments that I remember way more than I expected to. Like he went from that first level, he started doing like the second level, which is like a mountain kind of mines area, and as he's running through that, I was remembering everything in there
Mhm.
too, and like
Oh man, that place is ugh.
not a fan.
No.
Can't believe that you don't love Demon Souls. It's so good.
I'm not denying that it's good. It just something about it didn't appeal to me as much as the other ones did.
I know the first time I tried playing it, like, and even this time, like the graphics are really pretty, but the colors are like super muted. So like visually in that way, it's not that super appealing.
Right.
Kind of like I remember playing Fallout 3 for the first time. I was like, oh, brown and gray. That's about it.
It's a brown and gray game. But that reminds me. Oh, sorry. I was gonna pick up Bloodborne again and try and finish it because I haven't beaten
Oh,
that
did you
one.
never finish it? Ah, man.
Nope.
I didn't beat the DLC. I didn't even buy the DLC. But I did finish it. And honestly, when I finished it, I kind of went, was that it?
I don't remember how far I got. All I know is it was that point where like all the gamer friends were on PS4 chat, and everyone was like, "Yeah, playing Bloodborne together," and everyone was
Mhm.
using the Kirk hammer, and I was like, "I'm not
I
gonna
wasn't.
use it because I want to be special."
I didn't use the Kirk hammer. I used Ludwig's greatsword.
I don't even remember that one.
It
I
kind of
never-
had. It was another one of those ones where it was a one-hander that would switch into a two-hander. Although I guess that was a lot of those weapons, but I don't know. I just liked the play style of that one a little more than the hammer.
I was using the spear gun, or like
Oh yeah,
I don't-
you build up and kaboom.
yeah,
Uses
and then I
lots of
also
ammo,
had the
doesn't it?
cannon as my gun.
Oh yeah, the cannon.
So I wanted to be a big, like, chunky dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just thinking about going back to it.
it does remind me of some E3 thing that the From Software's got that new VR game, and the trailer for it when it started playing, there was a little girl in it who was wearing an outfit very similar to the doll from Bloodborne. So I thought it was going to be like a Bloodborne 2 trailer or something, but it was not. It was some VR game that I'm never going to play.
Yeah, so
Can you
that's probably
can you tell
a
me the
good
title?
reason to look at the stuff
It's like
from
one
E3.
word. I don't remember. Deracine,
Yeah.
maybe? Was that it?
It's got a really insignificant name, I feel like. Like, you'd never remember it even if you heard it.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Deracine, Deracine.
The worst part about me not knowing the name is that that's probably the game from E3 that I'm most excited about. Even though we know like nothing about it, the idea that From Software is making a VR game, that's a combo that I very much like, and I really want to see more. From what we saw, you don't really know a lot about what it's going to be. Like, maybe it's going to be kind of a sandbox storytelling walking simulator type game, but I have full confidence that whatever From Software does will be good, and VR makes everything better. So
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fantastic. You'll have to let us know.
Man, the
There are
worst part
many
about
other
E3,
games that I'm much more excited about from E3.
name them, because the worst part is I don't remember E3 at all.
Oh, here, let me post this list in our chat here, and you can peruse it while I talk about mine. So I'll probably remember some as I scroll through the list because I've only gone a part way through it. But one of the gigantic ones for me is going to be Cyberpunk 2077, the new game from CD Projekt Red. Probably aren't going to see it for another year or two, but it looks phenomenal from the trailer that we got. And recently I've been like really into that like Outrun like aesthetic BS. Like the
like
music, the
cyberpunk
designs,
future.
and like cyberpunk future stuff.
It's very fitting
Like-
with Valhalla coming out physically soon.
I know, right?
That's right in that style.
And like there's that. Speaking of that, a quick side note: there's that one Link to the Past T-shirt at Games Done Quick this year. I didn't even realize what it was at first, and then Dave looked at it and he's like, "Oh, it's Link to the Past." And then I realized it. But
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I bought that one. I go check it out. It's like got Link on it. It's pink. Well, it's a black shirt, but Link is pink on it, I think. Very outrunny. But yeah, so that's gonna be amazing, but obviously not anytime soon. Let me see here. Smash Brothers Ultimate. When they showed the trailer for that, I was like, oh, here comes Smash Bros. Yeah, expecting this. But by the end of that trailer, I was so hyped. Like, way more than I ever expected to be for another Smash Bros. Game. The big thing with this one is they're bringing back every character from all of the past games and putting them in this one. In addition, all the stages and all that stuff from all of the games. And a lot of the characters getting tweaked. There's a lot of really good balanced stuff that they've done. I watched a lot of the like Let's Play stuff during the Nintendo Treehouse. But like when the thing was scrolling through, like it showed the Ice Climbers, and I was like, oh yeah, I expected them to be back because now they're not restricted by the 3DS hardware. And then Snake popped out. I'm like, oh shit, he's back too. And then somebody else, I think Wolf might have been the other one. I'm like, oh, they're just bringing everybody back now. And then the big announcement at the end was Ridley. Like, did not see that one coming because it's been memed for so long.
That's an interesting choice of characters to bring in.
It's
And
cool.
he
It's
looks-
also like sad almost. It's like
Yeah.
they're like, here, are you happy now, fans? We'll give you anything
Yeah.
you want.
But he looks pretty good. Like, he looks like he'll be fun to play. So
yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands on that. That's coming out at the end of this year.
Dude, I'm looking at this list, and Steve, are you
Yeah.
excited that Beat Saber comes out on the PS4 VR?
Yes. So I talked about this game on our last podcast, right?
It was definitely on one of them.
Okay. It is so good. And even though I like already knew that it was going to come out on VR, because I think that prior to this like formal announcement, that company had come out on Facebook and basically said that it's going to be on PSVR. But just like getting it confirmed up on the big stage, that's like definitely one of my most excited games. I cannot wait for that game to come out. I really hope it gets a physical release. So
Do you know
that I can
when
put it on my
they're
shelf.
doing it?
No, there's no release date yet, as far as I know, unless it's been updated since E3. Let me see here real quick.
I'm not sure. It's not on this. They don't have release dates on this list. But I saw the YouTube video of somebody playing Through the Fire and Flames on Beat Saber, and I'm like, of course, you can't have a rhythm game with custom tracks and not have that song in it.
Yep, we did custom
Leah,
tracks, and I played.
And
Through
Leah
the
let
Fire
the
and Flames.
snap out, and I'm like, oh man, did Steve's arms fall off after he finished that one?
It is intense. I couldn't get through the intro. The
Like I was
so
just
I
watching.
put it on
the
no
guy
fail
play it.
mode, and then I was able to get through the whole thing. Some of it is really
Yeah.
fun to do.
It looked really smooth, like the way they were like slicing the blocks, I guess. From the video I watched, it looked pretty neat. Might be a fun one to play on somebody else's VR.
Oh, you can definitely come over and play it.
There's of course Dragon Quest XI was announced. I'm always like on the edge with Dragon Quest games, as I talked about a little while ago, where it's like I like them, but I don't always buy them. So that might be another one to buy.
I'll play it and I'll let you know what happens.
Oh, okay.
I'll recommend it or not.
I'm kind of excited, sort of, for Super Mario Party. I haven't played Mario Party games in a long time, but it looked a little bit more traditional Mario Party. And I've heard after the fact that they announced, or that there was verbiage describing the game that suggested that the game is going to finally be online, so you can play it against other people. So that might be fun.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. Oh, one of the absolute biggest what the heck is going on moments was Tales of Vesperia Definitive.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to that one yet, but yeah, I saw that and I just about jumped out of my chair. I was like, yes, finally! I don't have to play the 360 version.
I never ever thought that special Japanese exclusive complete edition would ever come out over here. What a completely random announcement. There was no hints, no suggestions, no talk of Tales games, and then boom, here's this old Tales game coming back. And I think
maybe it's because they didn't have a Tales game. They've had Tales games come out every couple years. They haven't there was
maybe
just
this is just their
Mysteria and then Berseria, and then there was no news of any new Tales games. So well, let's just do this to fill it in.
Like crap, we forgot to make one.
Yeah.
God.
Well, if you're gonna re Tales,
Yeah, and I mean they have been re-releasing Tales games. Those were kind of like the filler ones. It seemed like Symphonia and whatnot was mixed in there too. Just what I'd really like to see is a Tales of Destiny redo, remaster. And then we actually get the real Tales of Destiny 2, because we never actually got that one. It was a PS2 game.
I can just imagine that being released with hand-drawn art. I think it'd be really nice.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it the first time. It was definitely a very unique art style on all those, because they were squished chibi figures. They're really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'd be cool if they did something like that for it. But only one can dream. Let's see, what else do I have on here?
Anyone excited for that Fortnite on Switch?
Oh boy, yeah, it's already out.
Funnily enough, I've been playing some Fortnite lately.
Oh my god!
No, this is supposed to be a podcast for gamers.
I'm a gamer. So many gamers watch Fortnite streams on Twitch.
Roseanne is not a gamer, and Roseanne plays Fortnite. No, I don't want to be judgmental about people that play Fortnite. It's fine, but the thing that I most get annoyed by about Fortnite is that because people know that I play a lot of games, they expect that I've played Fortnite. So people ask me about Fortnite more often than you would think, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't play Fortnite. Or people are like, oh, what do you do in your spare time? And I'm like, oh, I play a lot of games. And they're like, oh yeah, like Fortnite? I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Where are we dropping, bro?
You're just like,
I don't know. I don't know. I only accidentally watched 30 minutes of Fortnite once, and it was because Day 9 hosted a Fortnite streamer.
Oh yeah. Damon X Machina looks really cool.
I want to hear
Oh,
about
are
Noah
you still
playing
talking?
Fortnite. Noah,
Oh.
tell me all about why you love Fortnite.
Okay, it's my favorite game because me and Ben play Fortnite sometimes.
Ah.
We drop and then we shoot guys. So, like, okay, jokes aside, we used to play PUBG together with, like, a couple friends. And it's, I don't know, I think it's fun in a squad. It's, like, interesting enough. Lots of cracking jokes and drinking brews and getting shot in the head from far away. But there's something about, like, the tension and your nerves when, like, you're trying to win and 90 other people are against you. But Fortnite is actually polished. Like, it doesn't run at 6 frames per second for even high-end PCs like PUBG would. When you drop, like, no matter where you drop, there's probably a gun. Like, PUBG, you can drop and not find a gun all game. It's
Well, you
bad.
got your trusty frying pan.
Yeah, well, no, you have to find that too. You don't start with a frying pan. It's stupid. So, you drop, there's a good chance of guns. It's very polished. I don't know. There are different modes. It's not just one battle royale mode. Like, sometimes, I think they have them in rotations. Like, there's a 50v50, and that's, like, a really cool matchup. And then they had, like, the ones we were doing were 5 teams of 20. So everyone drops, and then, like, teams are in certain areas, and if you're not with your team, you get picked off. So even though there are a lot of jokes about Royale games, like, I don't know, Fortnite seems to be the best because it's free and polished and not terrible.
That's good.
So suck it, asshole gamer Steve.
That's fair.
I know Fortnite. Everyone talks to me Fortnite.
they
No, I
are
get
getting
it. It's the
sued.
big thing.
Yeah, by the PUBG guy. That's not
Yep,
going anywhere.
'cause- well, because the PUBG runs on Unreal. Fortnite, I think, is made by the company that owns Unreal Engine.
Yep.
So there's some, like, conflict of interest or something. I don't know if it will go anywhere, but it was an interesting.
It wasn't
Yes,
interesting.
it wasn't interesting.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to judge you. I'll be very
No, it's
happy
fine.
for
I get it.
when Fortnite comes out on the Switch, and I don't.
It's
already
not my
out,
favorite
dude.
game.
It's been out on. It's been out.
Oh yeah, it came out that
It's
same day.
brown.
When you play it on the
Mhm.
Switch or whatever, I'm sure all of our many listeners play Fortnite and love Fortnite, and I love you all. Fortnite's the
That's
best.
probably true.
It's the only game I play. Leah doesn't play Fortnite.
Well, she's one of the few of our listeners that doesn't, I'm sure.
Yeah. Other big E3 stuff was, I'm just trying to go through, see if anyone has any excitement about any of these. Death Stranding looked cool.
I didn't see it.
The
but
I
Trick-
still don't
it
really
is
know
a
how I
little
feel
too
about that.
long.
It's just trippy. And it looked like a walking simulator.
It looked like an open world game where we didn't get to see the combat, was the vibe I got.
I guess that's true.
Fire Emblem, Three Houses. I mean, I don't think it's another good Fire Emblem game. Hooray!
Looks like really dope. But they didn't. The little bit that they showed us, I guess. There's a female axe lord is one of the main lords, and it looks like another 3 lord game, like the original one that we got.
Yeah. And
So
it has the Advance Wars style like groups of units, at least in some
yeah, I don't know
respects.
how I really feel about that. If it's like a severe mechanic that they're going to use, or if it's just like a as an aesthetic thing.
I assume it's just for visuals. That's my hope.
Yeah, but they also showed like a scene that was kind of quick, but they changed formation into like a triangle or something like that. So it might have some sort of tactic to it. But as long as it's either, to me, as long as it's only used for like certain battles or it's a minor part of it, and the focus is still primarily on the lords or fighter, your main people, I'll be okay with it, I guess.
Honestly, I'd be fine either way because I love Fire Emblem and I love Advance Wars. So if they are trying to mix this one up a little bit and give you kind of an Advance Warsy Fire Emblem, cool. But if they tease me and then it's mostly just a Fire Emblem game, then you better make up for it by giving me an Advance Wars game later. Or either way, give me an Advance Wars game. When am I going to get another Advance Wars?
Never.
I know. It's so sad. Oh well. Let's see.
Demon X Machina was another one. That's like Advanced Wars. Or not Advanced Wars. Armored Core.
I was going to say, Demon X Machina is just them trying to trick me into liking Armored Core by turning it anime. You can't trick me. I know that this is just going to be...
But the character art was done by the Fire Emblem person.
Yeah, it might be cool. I've never gotten into an Armored Core game, so I don't...
Dave
I don't
pre-ordered
really
it
know what
already.
the deal is.
I haven't yet.
Last of Us Part 2 looked cool, but at this point I'm just ready for it to come out. I've seen everything I need to see about it.
You don't need to see them smooching?
Smooching's fine, but I'd rather control the smooch than watch more smooches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what other... Oh, how about... Oh, lost my chat there for a sec. How about Ghosts of Tsushima? Anybody excited for that one?
I was just looking at that
I'm
too.
excited for
not,
it.
It looks pretty cool, but I'm still not really like... I'm not sure what to think of it.
So, one of the things recently that's changed for me is that I just recently bought a big, nice new TV, a 65-inch 4K TV, which I have a separate story about later. But anyways, so I have a nice, big, beautiful new TV, and Ghost of Tsushima looks like a really good game to put through your new TV's paces, right? Like that seems like it'll be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the gameplay is only okay, it's just going to look really good. When they were showing that fight scene and all those leaves were like blowing around everywhere, I was like, man, this does look pretty cool.
I'm excited. I just don't know. The combat looks... I'm not sure. Like, it looked really cool that first time where he like walks in on the 3 bandits and he immediately kills one, and then he fights the other 2. But then there was like some sort of weird Assassin's Creed jump from the ceiling and kill a guy or 2.
It really quickly became like video gamesing guys with stealth mechanics. Like like wait till the reticle appears and then video games out and kill them. It looked like a video game. But then it went back to looking like a 6 samurai fight, so I don't know. Maybe it'll have cool moments, but otherwise be kind of boring.
Yeah, I can't pass judgment on it. Like, I just saw a video.
Yeah. All right, guys. Kingdom Hearts 3. You brush it up on all your games.
I do want to,
Kingdom Hearts lore.
Kingdom Hearts makes the crowd go silent. Everyone died out. I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. I almost said Kingdom Wars 3. But I am excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I do feel like I should go play Birth by Sleep. I never got around to it. But Kingdom Hearts 1 is amazing, and Kingdom Hearts 2 is also
I've never played 1 and 2.
I played a little bit of the card game.
If I want to play... I guess I played a little bit of that one too, but I hated it because card combat. But I guess I'll just watch a synopsis of this story, like a 20-hour synopsis, so that I can be ready for 3.
Dude, if you think a synopsis of Kingdom Hearts can be wrapped up in 20 hours, more power to you.
I'm being optimistic here, all right?
This most recent trailer, like every other trailer that I've seen of Kingdom Hearts so far, has been like, here's an epic shot of Mickey Mouse silhouetted by the moonlight. Like, here's Goofy in Toy Story World. Oh, look at what Donald Duck
Oh,
looks
look.
like in Monsters Inc. But this trailer that we saw at E3 was like, all right, here's Organization
combat.
13, here's everybody's nobodies, and here's Roxas and Kyrie
Roxas.
and all the Kingdom Hearts bullshit that everybody hates. So get into it.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the stuff that everybody loves, but everybody younger than me loves, and I just never got into.
Yeah, because most of that got introduced in 2, I think, and then maybe the subsequent
Not
games.
even really. It was more the subsequent games. Like 2, I don't remember there being that much of it.
2,
like,
yeah,
that was
2
a
had
little
the
bit.
Organization 13
And it had nobody.
Roxas. Yeah.
That's when they decided that just Heartless wasn't enough, that you also needed to have a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like 2 as much. Like, I don't know. It didn't have as much charm as the first one or something. So, it didn't build hype. And then just after so many years, I will say that I'm intrigued to play a mainline entry again.
You're gonna.
I'll buy it,
Yeah.
and I'll play it, and I'll love it.
Well, technically, aren't they all mainline?
I don't think so.
Or do you just mean a console version instead of a handheld?
Well, it's 1, 2, and then 3.
Yeah.
Apparently, Birth by
all of
Sleep
them
is
are
really
important.
important to the story.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Aqua?
That's the most
Yeah.
recent one.
Okay, I did
Is that the
play that
PSP
one.
one?
No, it was a DS. Or was it the PSP? I thought that
The-
was the...
The DS one is 358 over 2 days,
Oh, yeah. And Dream Drop Distance or whatever. Get it? 'Cause
and
3Ds?
recoded, which I think is a remake of the first.
Yeah, it was. No, Recoded was... Was that a remake of the first one or the card game?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was a remake of the card game.
Yeah, whatever the case. It's hard to keep track of all that.
Is anybody excited about Fallout 76?
No.
No,
No, not really.
Damn it.
What about
I-
Mega Man 11, Noah?
Do what with what?
I said, what about Mega Man 11?
I am less interested in that than I want to be.
Yeah,
I want
because it's not
Mega
an
Man
X
2D
game.
sprite work. Like, I liked 9 and 10 because they were throwbacks to the old, and now they're like mixing Mega Man with Mighty Number 9 in the way they portray it. Like, he has a 3D model or something. It just looks weird to me. I'm not sure if I'll like it or not.
Yeah.
Like, I'll buy it, but I'm cautious about it.
Sure. Octopath Traveler, of course. Nioh 2 was kind of out of nowhere.
I never played the first one, but I want to.
I own it, but I haven't. I only ever played the first demo.
I wonder how much it is, like, on Amazon.
Probably like 20 or 30 at this point.
That's what I assume of a lot of games, and then I'll go and it's like $50. I'll be like, I guess I'm never playing this game.
Persona 3 and 5 dancing games got announced for the West. Still
That's-
no word on if
That's
they.
Quimby news.
I mean, we all knew it was coming, so yeah, it wasn't anything exciting. We don't know if they're gonna have a bundle deal like Japan did, where you get a download code for P4 dancing. But we'll find out.
Okay,
I'm excited for
somebody explain to me We Happy Few. I thought either that game came out 7 years ago, or it was canceled,
this. Okay,
or
so here's what happened, as far as I know, with We Happy Few. They announced it, and it looked kind of cool, like a Bioshock game. But like a Bioshock game themed around having to take this specific drug to make you happy, which makes you like ignorant to how the world is. But then, and that this was like 3 or 4 years ago, and then the year after they showed a trailer, and then I think they released a beta. And the game, it turns out that that trailer was the opening like setup, and then the actual game was just like a post-apocalyptic survival game. It was like a gather resources, craft, try to survive, like a DayZ or a Rust type of game, you know, where you just it's not story driven in any way. And people didn't like that because even though those games were popular at the time, that was back when like those were all the rage. They got a lot of feedback that said your game looked cool until I played it, basically. And then they went like silent for 2 years, and then I heard that just this year, I heard this on the Giant Momcast, that they got to play another demo, and that now it is much more of a single player experience, like a Bioshock game again. So seems like maybe they've switched directions in development a couple of times, but it's still in development and it's still on its way to coming out.
all right. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think that's all the big stuff I'm excited for. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that looks cool too, but nothing
Yeah,
else.
there was a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it's impossible to go through everything. I'm sure we're forgetting stuff that other people are excited for. I mean, like
Yeah, but
there's
Tetris
the
Effect
Gears
for you
mobile
VR
game,
people.
Tetris Effect.
Valkyrie
Rage
Chronicles
2.
4.
Yeah. Apparently a new Senran Kagura game. So if Tyler was still on this podcast, we have a lot to talk about.
He can't play those games anymore. He has a child to worry about.
It's unbecoming
Okay.
of a father.
He can let her play him.
It's okay because she's a girl. Yakuza
Yeah,
Kiwami
that's-
2.
I still haven't finished Yakuza 0. I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even started any of them. I still bought the collector edition for 6 though, because it was pretty cool.
Nice.
It came with tumblers and whiskey stones. Now I've been meaning to start playing it, but you know, and I can just use Dave's copies of all the games to start playing them. But yeah, haven't really gotten around to doing that.
I think that's it for E3 for me.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
hit on pretty much the big ones for sure.
It was a pretty good E3 overall. It wasn't good. It wasn't like really exciting because there weren't a lot of surprises. Like there weren't a lot of really unexpected things. There's a couple of them.
Yeah,
actually in the Xbox conference, but most of it was kind of known. Like Sony was mostly talking about the 4 games that we already knew about in some capacity,
Yeah.
and Nintendo just spent 40 minutes talking about Super Smash Brothers. So
Very true. Although they had a little bit of a time about Octopath, and then the Fire Emblem trailer, we were all kind of expecting it, but it was good to actually see it.
yeah, I feel like the only surprise was the Mario Party in terms of announcements.
Yeah.
And Fortnite.
I imagine Noah leaping out of his chair. Yes! Yes! But it was a very average E3, but not a bad one, is what I would ultimately conclude.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched anything good on GDQ? I know we talked a little bit earlier, but I haven't seen a ton of stuff. The Castlevania Bloodlines run was pretty cool, though.
Didn't
I
see
hadn't
it.
seen anything of that game before, and I think it was the first time it was at a GDQ.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that one, but I've seen runs of that in the past, and it's a very good game. My favorite run so far, by far, has been the Cuphead run. Did anybody watch that?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. That guy had quite the crowd. The Mexican
Yeah.
runner.
Mars. He's
Yeah.
well known.
Yeah, I'm watching a guy play Super Mario World one-handed right now.
Nice. Yeah, I turned it
Yeah.
off because otherwise I would be distracted.
Yep.
Um,
Ninja Gaiden Black was really good. Like, really, really good. At least to me.
What made it good?
Just the runner's charisma. And I hate to be so negative, but I was talking to Leah about how. Okay, so a long time ago, when I was first introduced to GDQ, I was also introduced to Caleb Hart, who ran my favorite video game. And the more I see of him, the less I actually like him. And I don't think he's good couch commentary. Like, he's a good runner. He can run some games. But he was trying to explain a trick in Mega Man X2, and he was on the couch for that other game I was talking about, the Ninja Gaiden. And he takes a while to explain a simple trick. And I know he's trying to get like technical, but he doesn't have the thought process to follow it up to explain it well, I guess. And so I texted Leah something like, "God, Caleb Hart is shit." But yeah, I don't know. I guess I like Ninja Gaiden Black because I hate Caleb or something. I don't know. That game when Speedrun looks really smooth and really pretty.
I saw the first like 20 minutes of that speedrun right before I went to bed, and my main takeaway from it was, man, Ninja Gaiden was so good. I need to replay that game.
It's such a good game.
I remember it fondly, but watching it in action, I was like, man, this game still looks incredible. Like, I gotta replay this like right now.
Dude, I didn't remember half the stuff I saw. I'm like, I forgot this was even in Ninja Gaiden.
I've never played it.
You should. It's that good.
I think I have it. Or no, I have the Sigma. That's one I have.
Nick, have you been watching any GDQ?
I didn't get to watch yesterday, but I watched most of the Metroid block on that Tuesday.
That was a good one.
That was a good block.
Yeah, that was really good. I really liked the Samus Returns block. The guy running that had good self-commentary, which I always appreciate.
How about the like 20 minutes of trying to get that one clip?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was great though, because the crowd was just like, "Come on, you can do it!" And he was just—you could tell he felt so bad.
It was so funny because they're all like rooting for him and occasionally shouting stuff in the crowd, and every time they would, he would shout back to the crowd, "Thank you, your support means so much to me."
Yeah.
But then, like, after a while, it finally happened. Everyone was just like, "Yes!"
Yeah. And then the second time he did it, it was like instant. It happened right away.
Mm-hmm. That was a good run, though. Like, even without all that stuff happening, it was still an entertaining run to watch.
I don't remember what game it was, but this guy was on the couch. I just sent you guys a picture. And I couldn't stop laughing. I don't think he said anything the entire time. He just sat there. Wearing
Couch
a cheese hat.
I don't think I saw that one.
I can't view it because I'm in streamer mode. It's not fair.
Wrecked.
The
I hope he's
Sonic
handsome.
2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles runs were pretty good. It made me kind of want to learn to speedrun Sonic 2.
It's not going to happen, but I would cheer you on.
If it's not good, you and I need to speedrun a game that we can compete in, so that we can compete for a score amongst the chumps of the world.
That's
Like,
true.
the competition might keep you going.
Yep. And I'm not going to be competitive enough to like take anyone's high score from them. So or best time from them for like a world record.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking for
I haven't been able to watch a lot.
Yeah, me neither, because of work and stuff. I like to usually try to
Mhm.
take the week off, but I couldn't this time with the new job. But definitely
Say
Cuphead
you
was my
probably
favorite
didn't
one
have
so
the
far.
time off.
I have 3 hours of time off built up. All right,
All right.
so I'm back off, buddy. The Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes one was okay. That one wasn't too bad.
I didn't watch that one, unfortunately.
Yep, I missed.
I was working. Or
I
wait,
can't
when
even
was
remember
that
the
one?
games I did watch. I saw the Mega Man block.
Mm-hmm.
They played.
Yeah, I watched the
was
whole
it
Metroid
6?
block, the Castlevania block. Circle of the Moon run was kind of fun to watch. The like super glitch where he like shot up through the ceiling to go fight Dracula immediately, and then Dracula like doesn't fight back while you're doing that. So he gains like 30 levels right away, so he can go kill the other bosses. But I remember having quite a bit of trouble with that. I haven't played it in a long time, so I was pretty young when I played it. But I had a hard time with all those bosses, and then just watching him just like melt them in 2 hits. It's like, wow, okay. I clearly didn't have a good grasp on how that game worked.
So you're supposed to fight Dracula first, Dan.
Clearly,
Should have known. I saw-
Sylvan Tale was an interesting one to watch. It was an English patch, so you could actually kind of see what was going on, but it's a Game Gear game.
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
I own that game.
Well, aren't you cool?
I saw a Hat in Time. Have any of you even played that game?
I have not.
No.
It looked pretty fun. I did like
went
the
to
runners
sleep.
for that.
I didn't want to see too much of it because I'm definitely interested in playing that game, so I didn't want too much of it
Sure.
spoiled.
It looks like it controls a lot like Mario Sunshine.
That sounds great.
It's a lot of jumping and diving and hooting and hollering.
All for it.
And then I missed Pepsi Man because I went to bed.
I went to bed right before Pepsi Man.
I'll have to go look up the VOD for that one. Let's see. Oh, Pac-Man 2 is at 6 a.m. this morning. I missed that one too. What a tragedy.
Man, I feel bad having like a real people job where I work like 10 to 6. Because
So you
got
gotta
to
get a
like, the
job.
awful block.
So you got to get a job like me and Steve, where you can like, well, maybe not Steve anymore, but I just watch it at work, and my work doesn't really care since I get
No,
my work
I
done.
definitely still could. New job is
I was
not
gonna
so
say
stressful.
from the new job, like as cushy as you make it sound, you should have been able to watch it, right?
I could have, yeah, but trying to be a good worker and actually get stuff done.
Got to make that good
Yeah,
first impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have probably watched too. I got like the dual monitor set up and the laptop docking, and I usually, if I'm to do something like that, I just laptop open and put it on the screen.
Oh man, they're gonna do Goof Troop on Friday. Goof Troop co-op at 2:44. I'll have to watch that.
Dude, who's running that?
Swordsman Kirby and BB Forky.
I don't know who either of those are.
I don't either. I don't know any of these names. There is one name that I recognized on here, and it's not people from the last one. Some people that play League may remember the old community channel hostess, I guess you'd call her, Nikasaur. I think that's how you say her name. But she's an announcer for 3 games, or 3 like runs on Saturday. It looks like that was a name I had not seen in a long time.
Is
That was
that
just
good?
kind of an interesting.
Is she a good
It's just
announcer type
it's just
person?
more interesting. She was good on the like community channel thing that they had running for a while. I haven't heard anything about her since she left Riot all those years ago. But
So, Steve, do you got the speed bug?
I kind of do. I'm trying to think of what I want to speedrun. Right now, the two games that are most in my mind are Sonic 2 and Poi.
Poi, like my friend's game,
Yeah, that game seems like it'd be a
Nice.
sick speedrun.
I'll have to let him know if you decide to speedrun that.
If I do, I'll definitely let you know. But I don't know. It seems fun.
And it's Mario 64, effectively.
Yep. Exactly. So we'll see if I get the motivation to actually start doing it. Learning something is always the hurdle. Noah, didn't you have a
Mhm.
goal to do a bunch of speedruns this year? How are you on
Oh,
track? for
I
that
had
goal?
that goal.
This guy texts me at the beginning of the year and says, "Hey man, I'm gonna speedrun 20 games this year. 20 games. I did Rygar. That's 1 out of 20."
You could do Strider. Everybody can Strider.
Yep, it's like
Dude,
3
everybody
minutes long.
can Strider. I specifically don't want to because everyone else can. But I'd like to run something on Super Nintendo, and
Sure.
because I have the console, you know, I can do it on the original hardware. But like, I don't know, man. Video games take over the world. I've
If I was
got
gonna do anything,
PS4
it'd
games.
probably be Castlevania 4. It's because
You
I'm
should
already
run
pretty good at that
Castlevania
game.
4.
You really should. Nick, any desire to speedrun any games?
Really? So far behind, just playing casually.
That's the problem. It's how
And,
you
like,
get the time.
I can't think of a game that I would be passionate about trying to speedrun.
Disgaea.
I guess that's more like the if I saw one, I'd be like, yeah.
I think there was a Disgaea speedrun. At least Disgaea 5. I don't know if the first one was run.
Whatever the newest one was on Switch, they did that one.
Okay, I think
As much as I love Disgaea games, I don't feel like the speedrun would be very satisfying.
It was interesting to watch, I'll give it that much. Because it was like, oh, we do this and that, and we build up his counter strength or something, so you just counter attack everything, and then you go do this like side level or something that where you boost the levels, they only go up to 40 instead of 500 or whatever the frick the max level is. And then you just gain a bajillion levels and then go at it. I didn't pay super close attention to the whole thing, but I thought it was kind of neat to watch. Because those are those games where you don't think about speedrunning them or like how you'd think they would be really slow, but that one was actually kind of interesting to watch. And I watched the Kid
I can dig
Chameleon
it.
speedrun. That's a bizarre game.
Never saw it.
Was
Dude, I'm telling you,
Genesis? Was it Genesis? Yeah.
there's
Maybe
still
you should.
3 days left of game.
There sure is.
I'm hoping
Although
to catch more because
skimming
like
the
I have
list, I'm not
tomorrow
sure
off.
what else there is. I don't, but I have to do some training for work, like
I feel
training
like
other people. on
Friday,
how to use
Saturday,
our product.
Sunday are going to be the heavy hitters of games.
Let's take a look. Golden
Yeah,
Axe is
there's-
tomorrow.
There's an Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Final Fantasy VI is the
Wind Waker.
closer. Wind Waker.
Pokemon Yellow/Red. Glitchless 2 games, 1 controller. Huh. Spyro 2, Crash Bandicoot. Undertale's in there. True pacifist ending. Yeah, looks good. Do you have the whole weekend off now?
No, just Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Okay, so I think we're done with SGDQ. You guys got any games you really
Yeah.
want to talk about that you played?
I don't think so. There's not. I haven't been playing a lot lately, just because my work's been like killing me, and then I just come home and I sit and watch something on Twitch.
I played a couple. Played a couple games. One was Moss on PSVR, which is Redwall books combined with a platformer, like puzzle platformer. That game is amazing.
You have that physically, right?
Yep, it just came out physically last month sometime, or earlier this month. And man, it is so good in VR. And it was the first like full VR game that I played through on my Pro. And I guess I don't know how it would have played without it, but it played like silky smooth and amazing on the Pro. So it was incredible, man. Moss is so good. It's one of the strongest cases for VR because it's not just like a first person shooting gallery. It does third person platforming and still makes VR worthwhile and cool. I highly recommend that you check it out.
How long was it?
Not long. I'd say
You'd
that
say
the
more
full
than 2
game
hours.
to play through was like 3-4 hours, and then there are like scrolls hidden throughout the level, and finding all of them would maybe add another like hour or so if you didn't find a lot of them as you went through. Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. I was thinking about playing Moss, but I was waiting to have a physical copy.
Well, now it can be yours.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get that.
I guess
Been playing a couple MMOs, but that's it.
oh yeah, you've been back on Final Fantasy, right?
Kinda, yeah.
I was gonna mention
hard 'cause-
the WoW pre-patch is pretty soon.
Already?
Yeah, it's like well, I guess pretty soon, but it's like 2 weeks, I think, like mid-July. So you only have a couple
Jeez.
weeks to get your like last minute like mage tower and other such things done.
I got the only mage tower I really, really wanted. So I'm
I need
okay.
to get the prot one done on my warrior, and then I guess I'm okay at that point. I'm not gonna grind out shit on my paladin and hunter and the other ones to be able to do the rest of them. And I'd be okay with that because I really only play my warrior these days. So
I find it
Played a
hard to
little
like
Valor.
play anything that isn't Demon Hunter.
I really liked my paladin way back when I in Wrath, so I always try to go back to it. The paladin and hunter have been like the main alts that I had for a long time, so I try to like keep up with those. But other than that, I don't really play other class stuff.
You remember that time Nick did a dungeon or two with us?
Did he?
It was real good.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
And then he never
Did you
played
guys
again.
just kind of focus on your higher level stuff?
Kinda, but we also
Um,
played Lobies a little bit.
Yeah, we had some lobies that were like level. Oh, what were we like level 40? By the time
We got
kinda
to level 50.
forgot. Oh yeah, we did. Because we went to Ungoro and after Ungoro we were like, well now what?
Mhm.
And then were we in Feralis? I think we were, or not Feralis. That zone, Fellwood, I think.
Yeah, Fellwood.
And that's
Yeah,
where
we were there for a
we
while.
logged out there, and then we didn't log back in, or at least I didn't, because I kept missing you, or you were never around, so I didn't play it at all. And then I forgot.
Mhm.
Started playing other games.
I kind of played it for 2 levels. And then I was just like,
Oh,
yeah.
so you still didn't get that far ahead?
Yeah. I didn't leave you in the dust.
Alright, fair enough. It's not like it'd be that hard to maintain where we already were anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because of the scaling level, at least until we hit Outlands.
So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna switch to Final Fantasy XIV, because, I don't know, I've been in an MMO mood, even though that's not usually what I'm into.
Yeah.
And I played like a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV, and then SGDQ hit, and I'm like, well, I use my TV for GDQ mostly, so I haven't really played too much. But Ben is back, and he's like, I have Elder Scrolls Online and no job, so I'm not going to play Final Fantasy XIV. And I was like, oh.
Did
So
you,
I've been
he
playing
got
some of
canned
that.
again?
I don't know what his deal is. Like, I remember he was a pizza guy, but I don't
Oh,
know.
last I heard he was doing like another big boy job, and then that must have been a while ago.
Oh, dude, he went to like rehab and like stuff.
Oh.
Stuff happened to Ben.
I did not know, because I don't talk to Ben that often, obviously.
Yeah. Like, I didn't talk to him for some months, and he's like, yeah, I'm here in this city, at this halfway house, and I'm not drinking. So are you aware, Dan, that I'm on a diet right now?
I mean, I kind of gathered as much.
What are you doing?
I've
Like,
lost
Particular
I've
one?
eaten less.
I'm assuming he's using the I'm just gonna eat less food diet. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's a good plan.
Like calorie tracking?
Yeah.
That's the most efficient way to lose weight. You know,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need some wacky diet. You just need to eat less than you burn.
Yeah, Courtney. Keto ain't gonna help you.
I've seen that it's effective, but like I feel like that diet would take too much effort.
I mean, a lot of
Stick
diets
to
take
it.
effort, Nick.
Well, but cutting out all carbs, because the diet's only effective.
Yeah,
Cut out
because it
carbs,
forces
'cause
you
if-
into ketosis.
As soon as you eat some, you lose your ketosis.
Right.
So cheating isn't really an
Yeah.
option.
I had an old roommate that did that diet. It looked like it worked for him. It looked like he lost a bunch of weight, but I don't know if I'd want to go through that.
A bunch of people at my work, it was like our CEO was doing this, what was it, the Whole30, I think? So a lot of people were kind of
I've heard
copying him and
a
doing
little
that.
bit of that, yeah.
Which I think is basically just eating whole foods, I think, and avoiding
A whole grocery store?
Like the
That
only
was a better
legumes.
joke than this silence held.
I know, right?
I think Nick cut out, so he was like trying to joke and have fun, but
Maybe.
Laughter gets
Anyway.
buried in the world of push to talk.
I don't do push to talk, but
That's probably why you cut out so much. Anyway. Yeah, diets are fun.
dude, I've lost 27 pounds. I'm so excited.
Nice job. I've lost like 7.
Dude, that's still good. Anytime where
Yeah.
you don't gain 10 is good.
This is true.
Just be proud. Oh, so good. Anyway, I played Hearthstone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
tell
seen
me
you
about it.
doing
Tell
what,
me.
kobolds?
I was doing kobolds, and I was doing Witch Tower Hunt Fortress Forest.
Oh, the witch. I like the monster
Witchwood?
hunts. They're fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, the
I
last
still haven't
time I
beat them
played
all yet.
Hearthstone, death rattles were just introduced. So it's been a while.
Weren't death rattles like in the base game?
No, they were like introduced right like with the first set of cards, the first card
Ah,
expansion, I think. Because all I remember were there was Divine Shield, Charge, and like one more type of those things. But now there's Death Rattles and Rush, and some like something else. But yeah,
yeah. Rush is
I think
just it's charge, but you can only attack creatures.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm not. I was never super into Hearthstone because it was really basic to me, and I just did not pick up on it. Um,
Oh,
and now,
yeah, it's very basic compared to like other card games. Like
yeah,
coming to that after playing Magic for so long was like, what am I even doing?
yeah, I did the same with like Yu-Gi-Oh, where I'm used to cards doing more things than just being able to attack twice a turn.
Right?
So I don't know. Hearthstone was kind of boring to me. But them adding all this single player stuff where like you do dungeons and the hero powers are different and stuff happens is
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah, I like it quite a bit. It's fun because it's you don't have to have like amazing cards because they give you a deck or like you craft the deck.
Yeah, and that's another reason like I wasn't super interested in going back to Hearthstone. It's because like, well, if I want to get the current deck, I'm gonna have to spend the money because I'm far behind and I don't have all the cards needed to place well or like do well against others.
I built some basic bitch decks out of like the basic cards, and that's what I've been using to get like I finally got my main missions done or whatever they are, where you have to like unlock the character portraits. I unlocked two at once because I hadn't played in so long.
I don't know. I found Hearthstone to be fun. It
Yeah,
was
It's
interesting,
definitely
the
fun.
solo stuff.
I definitely don't ever play constructed anymore though. It's all arena all the time.
Does that get you the like card packs and stuff too? Like, is there ranking in that?
Well, I mean, you get at least one card pack. You mean card back or card pack?
Uh, Both, I guess, because you get like cards or something from doing the constructed standard stuff.
At the end of the month, you'll get cards, but you also get a card back. You don't get the card art back for playing arena, but you'll still after every arena you'll get rewards. So it balances
Oh,
out to be
okay.
basically the same thing, especially if you're doing decent at arena.
Yeah, if you're good at drafting, arena is the way to go.
Yeah, and
I
it's
still
just
don't have a great grasp on like all of the synergizing in that. Like, so I usually build crappy decks when I'm drafting, just because I'm
you
not
should
using
just download Hearth Arena and let it help you draft. It'll give you a pretty solid deck.
cheating.
Definitely not cheating. Maybe a
Definitely
little bit of cheating, but it's also like everybody seems to do it. So, I mean, after a
Dude,
while,
everybody map hacked in StarCraft. Think it's all right?
Yeah.
net
guess-
deck to StarCraft.
I played
one of-
Heroes of the Storm lately.
I barely remember that game.
Well, Noah and I used to play it with Ben.
I've been thinking about going back to it.
Urel's pretty fun. The new hero they just released.
She the hammer swinger.
Yeah, the Hammer Swinger, and they just gave her a bunch of buffs too, because she was
There was
underperforming pretty hard.
there was a Carbot animations where she would get interrupted at all times by being just touched or looked at.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah. Seems rough. I'm really hungry. I think podcast might be done now.
Think so?
I think so. Do you guys
Oh,
think
you're the
so?
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had enough. I'm done. Kind of sick of this shit.
Best part about podcasting is
Okay,
there's
Tyler.
always another one in a week or two.
Oh yeah, so something I wanted to talk about specifically on the podcast is I'm thinking about actually having an upload schedule. So I feel more responsible about uploading. So when do you guys want it to go up? Specifically,
How much,
not the same day.
How much editing time do you think you'll need?
Probably somewhere between 5 minutes and an hour. It really depends on the episode. This one's going to be a little edit heavy.
You could do Tuesdays.
Yeah,
but then there's 5 days between recording and to upload. I was thinking Friday.
Yeah, Friday evening is probably good, or Sunday evening if you want a little bit more time. But I'd say
Maybe.
Friday evenings.
Maybe Sunday. People can get it before they listen to it for their work commutes and stuff.
Yep, that's definitely a big one.
Well, I'll think about it. People who actually listen to us, type in the comments when you would like them released, and we'll try to get on schedule. I talked to my boss, and chances are I don't know if it's gonna be the same Thursday, but I'm going to be having one of my Thursdays just straight up off, because she's switching the schedule around. So I'll be able to make every podcast every single time. So yeah, thanks for listening, and see you next time.
See ya.
Yeah, everybody.
Farewell.